Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. It's 10 Central. It is time for the Sales Hustle Club. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for giving me the most precious thing you can ever give an individual is your time. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. And I will tell you, I'm going to humble myself and add some honesty to this conversation because I am at the worst at this. I deserve to be watching this from someone more experienced than I, teaching some content. Why do I teach this about time blocking? Because I stink at it. I am terrible at it. I have a lot to learn on how to get better at leveraging my time. This is a precious resource that I cherish. I cherish the time with my friends and family, and I cherish the time that I actually spend on working as well. Work is not work for me. I love what I do. I love this experience. I love what I have created for myself and people that need help with sales. I love helping. That is a common thing for most humans. At the end of the day, when we are helping others, that's how we find happiness, is helping others. And I feel like I am helping a little bit. Sometimes I could do better, but that's why I'm going through this exercise. I put in my goals this year that I was going to do the Sales Hustle Club. That was going to be something that I committed to and learn how to get better at. And that's why I do this. And each and every week, I make a little bit of progress. And I hope you guys are finding this valuable. But you will not find this valuable, my friends, without a pen or pencil, without a piece of paper to write down some notes. I just hope to give you one little nugget that will make you more powerful in what you do, to make you more money, to add some extra juice in the tank that you need, because I know what it's like to be lonely in the field doing the selling thing that you guys are doing each and every day. This called the Sales Hustle Club is for customers that have CallProof, and it's for people that maybe they don't have a CRM yet. Maybe they're using another competitor's product, but they like some energy that they get from the Sales Hustle Club call. Welcome to join us today. Thank you very much. Little bit of fun acknowledgments and recognition of next week. I get to go on a fantastic trip with a bunch of entrepreneurs. I'm leading an entrepreneurial retreat in Costa Rica, where my house is at, to discover what my next 10 years is. Where I'm leading 7 other entrepreneurs that are curious about what the next 10 years are going to look like. And they're going to look like whatever I imagine this weekend. Whatever I imagine is something that will become true, because it's in our thoughts that become things. And we, as humans, get the opportunity to develop and make our own lives to transform into what we want them to be. If we have no imagination, we have no visualization, and we have no time and energy we spend on what we would like to see happen and then set it out to the universe, then it's of someone else's design. And I want to design my own life, and I hope you guys are doing that as well. That's why we're going to be talking about time blocking. How does this help you get more done, achieve your dreams and hopes? And I hope that is what you achieve out of this. So my intention today is to teach like a student, because I am a student at this, and I'm hoping that you guys learn along the way as I go. Without further ado, let's get started. Oh, okay. That is a good thing. Let's see if I can make Miss Ashley be a co-host. And I don't know, make co-host. Yeah, yes. All right. Well, I did not. Yeah, you're good. You're good. Thank you for saying that, because whenever I hear somebody like yelling at their kids or, honking a horn and sounding like they're getting in a car crash, I'm like, what am I thinking and what am I doing? Time blocking to increase sales is why we're here today. And we're going to go through a couple of things. What is time blocking and why does it work? It works through focus. If I were to ask you guys, and I was asking for some honesty, and I said this question, I said, guys and gals, how good are you at multitasking? Some of you that aren't maybe as quite as aware as others would say, I am a great multitasker. I am good at doing many things at the same time. So happy for you, but I have not found that to be true for me. I used to think I was really good at it, but I am awful at it. And our lives have presented a really troubling challenge with the phone. I remember years ago watching Jim Rohn talk about the most expensive thing that you own is your television. And he was talking about how much time Americans spend in front of the boob tube having someone else reprogram your mind to think and fear of things that are happening in the world, and how that costs you so much money. If he was out doing another speech about the most expensive thing you own, he would say it was your cell phone. Absolutely, the distractions. When you use time blocking, it's going to help you prioritize so you are doing one thing at a time. You're focusing on prioritization and an increased focus on one single task, because it's a better use of time. When you do this, you're going to get more work, get more productivity, and you're going to get better at the planning process. Where does anxiety come? I'm going to spread this out to me a minute. How is one anxious? How is one stressed? I have learned through time and energy with lots of mindfulness coaches. I invest a large percent of my income trying to get me better, trying to get me right where it needs to be. And what I've learned about me is I become anxious when I'm not well planned. I am not well organized what I'm supposed to be spending my time and energy on, and it creates anxiety. What happens when we become anxious, we will try to use other substance even. It could be drugs or alcohol to not feel anxious, right? We will do distractionary things like surf the web, look up the news, scroll on Facebook, right? When we feel anxious, we are doing those things. A little tip, something I'm learning. I'm practicing this as we speak. When I feel anxious, feel the feeling. Don't attribute a thought to the feeling, just feel the feeling. And it's amazing when you sit on that feeling and you just feel it, it goes away. You can also rub your hand or something and feel the sensation, or have the wind, feel the wind on your face. There's a lot of ways to handle anxiety, but sometimes that anxiety is because you're not planning. You can preemptively prevent stress and anxiety by planning better, by mapping out what you are going to do. Spend your time on paper before the day begins, and you're going to be able to lessen that anxiety and stress. It's going to increase motivation, because when we achieve hard things and we start to feel levels of success of checking it off a list, it feels great when we get the work done. So that's an increasing the endorphins that happen when you are doing things that has some level of achievement. It gives you a little bit of why to keep going. What and how you sell your why is something we're going to start discover through some more trainings that I'm going to be doing, is having you go through a process to figure out why you do what you do and how you can do better at it by uncovering what your why is, and not the company's why, not the company that you're working for, why you do it for them. No. why don't you do it for you? And there's a lot of ways to navigate that, to really get honed in on why you do what you do, which helps you get more meaning out of the work that we do. But at the end of the day, time blocking is meant to give you an 80% productivity lift by being really focused on what you're spending your energy on. So, number one reason we do time blocking is to achieve our goals. And achieving goals, yes, some would say achieving their goals makes them happy. Okay? And a lot of people are chasing some happiness. What you'll soon discover is once you achieve that goal, you're going to have something else to chase, because it's the chase of the excitement of forward progression that feels good. So we're always chasing the next thing. But guess what? That's part of what life is all about. But we can achieve our goals, whatever your goals mean to you, is something for you to decide. I want to have you watch this video on the power of intention. I'm sharing this because as I was writing this presentation, I was thinking to myself, how does one really uncover, when you block some time out, how to go into that level of time, that blocked time for a specific task in a better way? And it's a practice that I do every time I spend time with you. I set an intention. My intention is to learn and to inspire you guys and gals watching me, because I know what it's like to be out in the field. I know what it's like to be lonely. I want CallProof to have more meaning for you than a place that you store your relationships and help you with your follow-ups and save you time. There's more to it. And by setting a level of intention, you're going to get more out of the exercise. So stay tuned for this. All right. Thank you. I hope you appreciated that short little video. And take a moment to think about your day and how to add intentions along with it. It could be walking into an appointment. My intention is not to sell someone my product. I don't know them. I just want them to know my name. That could be as simple as you want to be with your intention. The power of intentions is putting it out to the universe and kind of forgetting about it. I could not tell you how many goals I had that I thought of the goal once and put it out there and forgot it. One of the most powerful things that you will learn through the act of intention or goal setting or visualization of your goals is by putting it out there and letting it go, letting it just do its thing. I don't know how this works, folks, but I have witnessed it over and over from me and from lots of people that I know and lots of people you have heard of. Okay. If you ever want to take a trip down memory lane with Oprah Winfrey, she has a lot of content on YouTube about intention setting. And she is absolutely one of the probably the most well-known people that have really gotten into the space of intentions. And she has put a lot of content, a lot of interviews out there. Definitely inspirational. Her story is just magical, and how she visualized some things and they came true in her life. I don't know if you ever watched The Secret. I know it's hokey. It's on Netflix. But I'm telling you, these things are true. One problem that a lot of people do when they go through goal setting is they have a goal and they just obsess over the goal, so much so they fear not reaching the goal. And that fear sometimes becomes our Achilles heel, because have you ever done this where you said, I'm not eating cake tonight, and then you eat the cake? So you got to be real careful with language, real careful with how you set up your intentions. But there is magic to make it work. As I am learning it, I also will teach these subjects for you because I want to learn. So next, how to time block. So everyone watching me probably has some kind of calendar, okay? Most of you may not even realize that you can create separate calendars. I know Microsoft 365 allows you to do it. I know Google allows you. You could have a separate calendar specifically on your sales activities. My schedule used to be I would spend my morning with a little bit of planning, email follow up, and then this is my new schedule that I'm going to be working through. But then we have my appointment setting calls for 1 hour a day. I always programmed my calendar as if my mornings were set up to book appointments for the afternoon. I was always thinking of where am I going tomorrow? It is 10:20. Who would I like to visit with? Who would I like to set an appointment with? What part of town am I in? What kind of route should I design in CallProof so I can maximize the amount of people that I see tomorrow? Because in the morning, I am working for tomorrow. And if you have that level of energy where you're booking appointments for tomorrow, oh, I can't get you tomorrow. I can get you Wednesday. I can get you Thursday. I'm going to work through that. But have a calendar set up so you get into the habit of doing individual prioritization tasks when it comes to selling. You'll notice here I got cold canvassing. I know I can do real good cold canvassing over the course of about 2 hours. Then I'm going to be hit with some lunch. I got lunch available here. And then my afternoon should be with predefined appointments where the person knows I'm coming. Now, I want you to know that I'm showing you my calendar. I'm not saying this is the creme de la creme calendar for salespeople because you are different than me, okay? You have different levels of energy when you show up and you want to show up in front of your customers. Some people love doing appointments in the morning, okay? And doing these activities in the afternoon. Everyone is different. But go ahead and decide what time you're going to devote to your cold calling, your cold canvassing, right? Which is just face-to-face visits with strangers. But map out who you want to talk to. We have the ability in CallProof to save routes. You may want to have a route for one particular part of the town that you sell into. So if you're in Atlanta, Georgia, you can't really cover Atlanta, Georgia effectively. You really have to be in a very small territory. And we help companies organize those territories in a way so they can maximize that. But let's say you were in Atlanta and you had the whole city. I would tell you, listen, focus on one area because it's so big to even travel. But if you were in Nashville, it could be different. It's easy for me to map a north territory that I'm going to work and then a west category that I'm going to work. All of that to be said is the organization that you do is going to maximize your efforts, maximize your drive time. Don't get in your car, folks. I see so many reps. I just get so angry. I should not get angry. I just got to realize I've just got to teach more. We have routes in the system. I see and talk to reps that are using my tool, my software, not using routes, and they tell me, well, I know where my customers are. No, sir, you don't know where your customers are because you're passing prospects on the way. If you would just take 13 seconds to go highlight an area of town that you're going to be and then map those, highlight them with your finger and then start a route and know which one to go to first, second, third, and fourth, you're going to see more people. If you see more people, you're going to run into a sales opportunity. Like literally, you're going to walk in and find a new sale. And then that first time that you get a new sale, you close a new piece of business because you used the tool that was in your back pocket and you close them, you're going to be sold on routes. That's going to be the key thing. Your wife is going to go, honey, what are you doing? You're crushing it. Look at these deposits. You know why? Because you listened what I said and you took action and started using routes. Am I selling this enough? I hope I am, because why are you in your car passing opportunities without you going and seeing them? You're wasting time. I know it's fun to sit there and listen to the same radio station playing the same songs you've heard for 30 years. No. Yeah, you probably listen to some podcasts you enjoy, but listen, let's get better with our time. Let's get more effective with our time. You can listen to those things later. Let's see some new prospects. Let's share and show value of what you do. Pass out your business cards, folks. Let's start selling. All right. I beat that one up enough, folks. A couple of other examples of time blocking that you could do is follow-ups. Just schedule some time for follow-ups. Like I've said in previous calls, average reps talk to the prospect 2 times before they become a customer. Whereas if you look at high efficient organizations, the top 1%, the best of the best, 12 times they touch a customer before it becomes a customer. Follow up more. Put it in your calendar. Goal setting is a great example of time blocking. Every single week, set some kind of goal where you're just going to mentally make a plan for the week. Set some intentions in place. Put those goals down. Another one I love is have time for reflection. I think reflection is best on Fridays. Why Fridays? I want to go into my weekend reflecting on a well-run week. If you're not careful, you're going to show up on Saturday, right, with your family going to the basketball game, and your work came along with you on the ride. And it's going to be some task not done, something, oh, I forgot to follow up with Joey, whatever. If you took a moment and had some reflection before your weekend began, you can put all those things on a piece of paper or documented for you to handle Monday. You will have a better week. And I want you having great weekends with no stress and no anxiety, because you did a little bit of reflecting, you did some planning, and you had time to do it. What a lot of us do, me included, I'm just as guilty, is letting the time run my day versus letting me manage my time. Time blocking gives us that ability. Another one on here I love is opportunities funnel update. We have in CallProof the ability to manage your opportunities. You should look at your opportunities every single week. It's part of the follow-up process. You just look at them. We have a new way to look at them from left to right. You can move the opportunities around. If you need some help with opportunities, you're not using the opportunities function, please reach out to support@callproof.com. Let's get you on a call with our team to teach you how to use opportunities in the right way. It's a great way to let leadership know the deals that you're working, and let yourself know the deals that you're working and how important it is to do your follow-ups and stay in front of these prospects. What you don't want to do is remember to follow up with someone who has switched and gone and done business with somebody else because you didn't do the follow-up. That's why you want to have time to do that. Another one is mining. Listen, I love to kind of mine. Mining to me, just so you know what mining is just looking at your customers that are the best customers and asking yourself, who is like them you could be selling to? How can I find them? How can I get introductions to them? How can I ask for referrals? We haven't talked about referrals. We're missing the boat on referrals. You're missing the boat on referrals. I'm missing the boat on referrals. In fact, you guys could refer us to CallProof and earn money. You have a buddy, you have a girlfriend that's working at a place that has no tool, and they need a little bit of energy. They want to jump on the sales hustle call. Get them to come into the call. Get them to learn about CallProof. I pay you to get on a demo with a qualified prospect, and I pay you when they switch to CallProof, and you can earn money too. I just talked about referrals. How awesome is that? Anyways, let's move on. Couple other tips. I say this each and every time. Get yourself an accountability buddy. Get someone, maybe they're on your sales team. Maybe they work in another part of the country doing the same thing you do. Get them on Zoom, right? Get them on Zoom with you, plan your week together. I see a lot of successful salespeople get on live Zooms and they catch up, they share their week, and they mute each other and they go to work and they do some planning. And right before the tail end of that call ends, they're given a summary of what their intentions are for the week, with each other. And it's inspirational. It's probably the most powerful hour that you will have selling with someone else. They may be doing follow-up emails, they're doing follow-up calls, but they're getting together, sharing in fellowship of the sales process. And that is exciting for you to get involved with someone else to help you. Other tips: turn off your notifications. Use a timer, right? Turn off anything that beeps and buzzes. Tell your family. I'm working in the house today, and I'm only stating this because maybe my wife can hear me because she's in the other room. I need a sign on the door that says "Do Not Disturb." I just need it. I can just make it out of a pen and some pen and paper and some tape. I need to do that. But you should do that as well. Because did you know that when you are distracted, okay, someone pops in, goes to your cubicle and says, "Hey, Robert, do you have a minute?" The act of saying, "Do you have a minute?" takes you out of your focus. It takes the average person 20 minutes to get back into a state of flow, get back into work. Those little disruptions, and it's never a second, it's way longer than that. We all know this. So let people know. Listen, honey, I am making money. If you want a fat bank account, you're going to leave me alone for 30 minutes because I got some calls to make. All right. Last but not least, common mistakes to avoid: underestimating time. If you have planned to see 15 cold call visits a day, it may take you more than 2 hours. So just be flexible with the way you do things. Also, put breaks in there because we all need to take a break. You know, you can't necessarily work 4 hours doing a call. You need to put some time in there for breaks. Always sticking to your schedule. This is a common mistake. Listen, things come up and things change, right? Be willing to be flexible, but also being disciplined. What would categorize a change of schedule? Like if I'm using time blocking, I want to grow my sales. You know what? We could jump in there and change the game. My lead prospect for a big deal wants to meet this afternoon. I may change my schedule to meet that. And that's just me accommodating a customer. So I just wanted to tell you, thank you. I've went 2 minutes over today. Sorry for that, but I just want to say thank you for joining us here. Again, if you guys need anything from the CallProof team, your customer, we have a support team here to help. We hope that you reach out to us at support@callproof.com. If you're needing some help, you're needing a little bit of extra energy, maybe with your sales team, maybe you want to get on a call with the team. Like you don't like how the team is using CallProof. Maybe they are not aligned with what the sales process is, because guess what? There is no sales process. That's very common. Many customers have no sales process. Let's get on a call. Let's get you realigned so you have the best possible year in 23. Thanks for watching and have a fantastic day.